Hello and welcome to the Southwark CAMS Children and Young People Wellbeing Practitioner page. My name's Esme, and in this short video I'll be talking about emotional regulation, what it is, and some tips and tricks on how you can manage your emotions if you feel as though they can sometimes get a bit overwhelming. Before we talk about emotional regulation, it is important that we first of all understand what emotions are in the first place and why we have them. Emotions are responses to stimuli or situations that affect us strongly. They're designed to give us information to help us in a situation. For example, loving your baby makes you want to care for it. Being scared of something helps us to remove ourselves from a potentially threatening environment. There are three types of emotional responses. The three responses to emotions are reactions in our bodies, such as our heart rate rising when we are scared, physical reactions, such as showing a shocked facial expression, and labelling our feelings using words, such as saying, "You have made me really sad." By producing these reactions, they help others to understand how we are feeling. So we know what emotions are, but what is emotional regulation? It's the ability to react appropriately in situations that cause us to have strong emotions. For example, being stressed and overwhelmed about your upcoming exams, but understanding that this stress is expected and temporary, and making a revision timetable in order to prioritise your subjects. This prioritising makes you feel calmer and reduces your anxiety. When we feel we are unable to do this and our emotions overwhelm us, this is emotional dysregulation. For example, feeling stressed about your exams, and instead of revising, avoiding revising and maintaining that anxiety. Humans are not born with the ability to regulate their emotions, and this is something that has to be learnt. Like with anything, there are a few factors that affect one's ability to regulate their emotions. First of all, the rate at which someone develops. Everyone's bodies and brains are different, and therefore reactions develop at a different rate, and some may learn the ability to regulate their emotions quicker than others. Similarly, we are all born differently and have individual differences in how much we can tolerate in a situation. This can, but not always, be affected by things such as learning difficulties. Those with autism may sometimes, but not always, find it harder to regulate their emotions. Finally, our upbringing and surrounding play a large part in emotional regulation. For example, children who are brought up in a more unstable environment that entails a lot of change may find it harder to regulate their emotions. Zones of emotional regulation help us to understand the way we're feeling and can help to remind us that we need to use some coping mechanisms to bring ourselves back into the comfortable zone. The green zone describes a state of calm, being happy and content. This is the zone we would ideally like to be in all the time. We call it our comfort zone. The yellow zone describes a heightened state of alert and emotions. We have more control when we're in this zone. When our emotions are in the red zone, this is when they can be dysregulated and we may feel anxious, overwhelmed and panicked. Alternatively, when our emotions are in the blue zone, they may also be dysregulated and leave you feeling sad and demotivated. It can also be helpful to look at the zones of regulation like a traffic light system. Red meaning stop, you're anxious and you're overwhelmed. The ability to manage our own emotions is super important and helps us to achieve our goals. We want to remain in that green zone of joy and calmness as much as possible, but sometimes we can find ourselves slipping out of that green zone. Let's have a look what that might look like. Let's look at that red zone, often associated with feeling anxious and out of control. This may result in shouting at your friends, acting up in class, or avoiding social situations as they just feel too much. It can sometimes be helpful to view our emotions as a cycle. Let's take the example of upcoming exams and revision. As you can see, The emotions that you have in this situation cause undesirable physical sensations such as heart racing, sweating, and feeling sick. These are ones that you will want to stop. You're feeling out of control and therefore what we call dysregulated. In order to stop these feelings immediately, you stop revising, which do stop those feelings. But instead of doing something productive with this time, such as taking a walk or seeing friends, you do nothing. This is often an automatic response that you have built up over time, and you know it reduces your anxiety in the short run. This may temporarily help you to feel calmer, but it will only happen again when you need to revise, as you have not attended to the feelings of stress and problem solved. This is why we need to learn effective coping strategies for situations like these that will help us regulate our emotions and bring us back into our comfort zone. Moving on to the blue zone. If you find that you are feeling sad, sleepy, and lacking motivation to do the things that you would normally enjoy, you may be in that blue zone. This may result in you pushing people away, stopping doing the hobbies you enjoy, and a lack of appetite. Let's use that cycle to look at the blue zone. As you can see, the thoughts here are negative. The thought that you're going to fail these exams and there's no point in trying. These lead to feelings of sadness and a lack of motivation, which can then lead to being sleepy and lack of appetite or changes in appetite. This feeling of hopelessness and sadness can then lead to behaviours such as stopping revising and laying in bed and doing nothing. This reinforces the feeling that you're going to fail these exams and there's no point in trying. You're not proving to yourself otherwise. Now we've looked at the blue and the red zone cycles, let's look at the ideal green zone cycle. As you can see here, the thoughts are positive, therefore the feelings are positive, ones of motivation and energy. This positive physical sensation of adrenaline leads to behaviours such as socialising, positive interactions, and revising for future exams. This is where we would like to be. In order to bring ourselves back into our comfort zones and feel calmer, it can be helpful to have some coping mechanisms and tools that help us to do this. Every situation and person is different, and these may not suit everyone, but there are just a few that I think are helpful. First up is a breathing technique. By regulating our breathing, we can help ourselves to feel less anxious and overwhelmed. Imagine the yummiest hot drink, a hot chocolate, that you've ever had. But it is a bit too hot to drink right now, so you need to cool it down. Focus on breathing in and smelling the chocolatey drink, and breathing out slowly to cool it down. Try and do this for 5 to 10 breaths to bring yourself out of that red zone and into the green zone and feel more comfortable at ease. Why don't you have a go now? It can sometimes be really helpful to visualize what we're feeling. So often, writing it down or drawing it helps to see what we're feeling and how we might be able to change this. You may even want to use the colours associated with the zones of regulation to see which colour and zone you are in the most. Writing down our feelings and even the behaviours help us to show what our triggers are and potentially unhealthy behaviours. Identifying our zones of emotional regulation can help us to understand which situations make us dysregulated and prompt us to use our techniques to bring us back into that green zone. This can be done by keeping a bit of an activity diary of our day and identify how different activities or scenarios have made us feel. This will help you to be aware and to identify what is in your comfort zone and what makes you feel overwhelmed. Here is an example of a diary to identify your zone of tolerance. As you can see here, going to the cinema with a friend leaves you feeling happy, excited, and loved. This person has written that this was in their green zone. However, they then went to school and did badly in a maths exam. This led them feeling angry, anxious, disappointed, and upset. they were in the red zone. These are some things that you could think of doing when you get home to help you feel more regulated. The final technique is what we call a grounding method. The idea of this is to help you regulate your emotions by becoming more aware of your surroundings and focusing less on your anxiety. It takes you through each sense and requires you to look around your environment for 5 things you can see, 4 things you can feel or touch, 3 things you can hear, 2 things you can smell, and 1 thing you can taste. You might not be able to get all of them, but try to get at least 1 for each sense. Sometimes this can feel too much, therefore you can simply pick 1 sense, such as sight, and choose 5 things you see that are the colour blue, for example. It is about refocusing your mind on your surroundings. It may seem simple, but things like self-care are so important. Spending some time just focusing on yourself and doing things that make you happy is an effective way of managing your emotions. This can be anything from pampering yourself, seeing a friend, or mindfulness colouring. It can be something on your own or with someone else, just as long as it's something that makes you happy. As well as having your own coping mechanisms, there are some really helpful resources that you can use out there, such as apps like Calm and Headspace. If you feel you need a little more support with regulating your emotions and staying in that green zone, you can reach out to a trusted member of staff at school or your GP. This brings us to the end of the video on emotional regulation. I hope it's been helpful for you and taught you about emotions. Remember, everyone feels out of control at times, and that's okay. But by understanding what your own personal zones look like and using the techniques explained, you'll hopefully be able to regulate your emotions a bit easier when you are in that red or blue zone.